Hello, beautiful people of JustLostJC. Thank you so much for all the views and the love and everything that I got on that last video that I put up about my hair, you know, breaking off or whatever. We're working to get it back to where it needs to be, and I'm so happy to have you guys on the journey along with me. You got a lot of questions, a lot of people requesting different videos, which I'm excited about, because usually I just come up with videos off the top of my head because no one be requesting anything, you know. But now I have people requesting stuff. Now I have more people subscribed. Thank you so much for everyone that subscribed. Did not expect that. So I will be doing a hair routine video soon, but before I get into that or do that video, I just want to give you guys a premise for my hair routine. So that brings me to the title of this video, the curly girl method. So let's get right into it. I follow the curly girl method. I know what you're thinking, but you said your hair was 4B, 4C. How you gonna follow the curly girl method? How you gonna do that? Yes, I was very confused when I first learned about the curly girl method like 2 years ago. I think that's when I started. I was like, girl, what? Me, first of all, I don't have curls, so this ain't gonna work. But I decided to try it and I absolutely love it. Have been doing it for 2 years. So this is just going to be a quick video about the curly girl method, what it is and the benefits that I've received from it. Alright, so the two general principles. If you're gonna do the curly girl method, you could do modified curly girl, you could do regular curly girl, but the general principles of the curly girl method are two things: no sulfates and no silicones. Alright, so the first thing that you do not want to use are sulfates. Sulfates can be found in shampoos, they can be found in soap, freaking detergent, laundry detergent. Like, it's a harsh chemical that strips your hair and your skin, whatever you're using it on the natural oils that you need. Now, you need your natural oils to coat your hair. We want to keep that. And when sulfates strip your hair of that, that's also why you might be prone to frizz. And you already know, as your hair is curly or coily, that you don't want that much frizz with your hair, especially frizz caused by a chemical that you could just eliminate. And this brings me to silicones. Silicones, again, something you do not want to use, and these can be found in conditioners. And yes, it makes your hair all shiny, especially after you've used something like sulfate that strips your hair of oil. But it does create some sort of a coat or barrier on your hair strand. And this coat or barrier prevents your other products that you have. Like, let's say you're using, I don't know, a leave-in conditioner or an oil after you're done shampooing your hair and putting on your conditioner. These oils and stuff are not going to be able to penetrate your hair because the silicone has already created a barrier, and that's not what you want. So these are the two things that you want to cut out with the curly girl method. Alright, so those of you guys that are not following the curly girl method, you want to know how to get started. This is how you get started. This is how I got started. The first thing that you want to do, I know I just said don't use sulfates, but just hold on tight and listen, my dear. You want to use a sulfate shampoo, or shampoo that contains sulfates. This is what you want to do to cleanse your hair. You want to start from scratch. At this point, you've been using silicones or conditioners that contain silicones, so you do want to get all of that out of your hair. You've been using shining products, or glossing products that contain silicone, because they also contain silicone, so look out for that as well. But you've been using all these products that contain silicone, so you're going to need sulfates, and sulfates are pretty much the only thing that can break down non-water soluble silicone. So once you've done that, be happy, because you're ready to be in action, my dear. You're ready to get started. Okay, then you want to co-wash. You want to co-wash your hair, and this is what you're going to be doing for the rest of your life, so get used to it. You want to use a conditioner, obviously, that does not contain silicone. You're going to put that on your scalp as well as the length of your hair. You're going to use that to detangle. You're going to use that to wash your scalp and clean your hair strands. Alright, so another aspect of the curly girl method, I mentioned detangling just 2 seconds ago, and this is where it gets sticky, especially for 4B, 4C girls, and this is why I was like, girl, I cannot do this, the curly girl method. What? Finger detangle. You want to use these utensils and detangle your hair. I know it sounds like death waiting to happen, and I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. When I first finger detangled my hair, I had a comb on the ready, because like what the hell am I supposed to do if I can't get my finger through my hair? My God. No. Can I just tell you, like, finger detangling the first few times was absolutely terrible. It was horrid. I hated it. I was like, what the hell? How am I supposed to get my fingers through this? Like, what? but don't worry, hang in there. So what you want to use are your fingers to detangle your hair. You use your conditioner. Get a conditioner with a lot of slip. Do not worry, I'm gonna have a video on my favorite conditioners for my hair type that helped me get through this curly girl method. I've also seen some modified versions where people do use wide tooth combs, so if you want to use that, you can definitely go and do that. I just went cold turkey and used my fingers, and I've been loving it ever since. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba, I'm loving it. What I like about finger detangling is that, first of all, your fingers are beautiful utensils given to you by God, Jesus of Nazareth. No, but your fingers are great utensils. Obviously, they have nerve endings. You can actually feel what you're doing. So when your finger is hanging through your hair, if you feel a knot, unlike a comb that just will rake through that and not care because it doesn't necessarily feel where the knot is, when you're finger detangling, you will feel a knot. And if you want to rake through it, you can, but most times your own body is not going to do that to you, because you know the pain that's going to happen to your scalp, so you'll stop and, you know, take that tangle out, and of course that leads to less breakage. Another reason that you could finger detangle is because it does define your curls, if you have curls, or your coils. I never thought I would say this when I first started the curly girl method, and I did hear that a lot, that, oh, he's going to define your curls, oh, he's going to make your curls be poppy, oh, your curls are going to be so hot, oh, your curls are going to look so juicy and nice, hey, your curls are going to get hot buzz, and how the girls to stare at them, my day. Hey. But no, guys, on a serious note, like, the little curls that I do have, they poppin'. I will have a video on how I finger detangle step by step with a demo and all that, because I know some of you guys still cannot believe as I'm talking, like, you finger detangle your hair, girl. I seen your hair in the last video. Don't be shady. Don't do that. Don't do that. That's becoming unbecoming, my dear. Don't do that. Bye. The last and final step, last but not least, will be to air dry. You want to air dry your hair. You want to minimize the amount of heat you use. So if you can air dry as opposed to using a diffuser, that's going to be helping you in the long run. So the benefits that I found is that, like I said, it's defining something. It's defining my curls, my coils, whatever. And another benefit that I got is less breakage. But when I first started the curly girl method compared to when I was using combs, I definitely noticed less shedding and less fallout when I detangled my hair. So that is a major benefit, major that I love about the curly girl method. So that is basically my brief description of the curly girl method and the reason why I do it as a person that has 4B, 4C hair. If anything, just get rid of sulfates and silicones. You can't go wrong with that. I really appreciate all the people that have been subscribing to me. Keep coming back. I'm going to be doing more and more hair videos. You get what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? I want to stop. So I'm going to see you in my next video, which will be more on the curly girl method most likely. And I hope you guys enjoy it. And bye.
Everybody,